I still remember the exact sound the screen door made that afternoon. Sharp, metallic snap, like a trap shutting. It was 3:47 p.m. on a Tuesday in late October, the kind of gray day where the light feels borrowed from somewhere else. I was standing in the kitchen doorway holding two grocery bags, the plastic handles cutting into my palms, watching my mother fold laundry at the table like nothing had happened. She didn't look up. Not when I set the bags down. Not when the apples rolled out and one hit the floor with a dull thud. Not even when I said her name, quiet, the way you say it when you already know the answer is going to hurt. Mom. She smoothed a towel. Perfect crease. Then another. I waited until the silence felt like it was pressing on my chest. Finally, she spoke without lifting her eyes. You're late. I laughed once, short, ugly sound. I drove an extra 40 minutes to get the organic peanut butter you asked for. The one they only stock at the co-op on Maple. She folded the last towel, stacked it, aligned the edges. Then she said the thing that still lives under my ribs. I needed the house quiet today. You being here, it's loud. I stood there feeling the blood leave my hands.
Loud. Me.
The one who never raised her voice, who paid the second mortgage payment when Dad's checks bounced after the factory laid him off, who drove her to every doctor's appointment after the hip replacement and sat in the waiting room pretending to read outdated magazines about golf and celebrity diets.
Loud.
I left the groceries on the counter, walked upstairs, closed my bedroom door, sat on the edge of the bed and stared at the wall until the streetlights came on and turned the curtains orange. That night, I couldn't sleep. Around 2:11 a.m., I opened my laptop and started looking through old emails, not the dramatic ones, just the boring ones. Bank statements forwarded from Dad before the aneurysm took him in his sleep. Property tax notices. A PDF from 8 years ago titled Easement Agreement, 47, Birch Lane. I almost closed the tab. Then I saw my name. Not as next of kin. Not as beneficiary. As co-owner. Dad had added me to the deed the summer I turned 19. Right after Mom told me I was too sensitive to handle real life and I should move out before I dragged everyone down with my moods. He never said a word about it. Just did it. Probably thought it would protect me one day when he wasn't around to do it himself. I sat in the dark staring at the screen until my eyes burned and the battery warning popped up. Then I printed the document. 3 copies. One for me. One for the safe deposit box at the credit union on Elm. One I slid under my mattress like contraband from a life I wasn't supposed to have. The next morning Mom was humming while she made coffee. She asked if I wanted eggs. I said no thank you. She shrugged like it was nothing, like the day before hadn't happened. For 3 weeks I said almost nothing. I went to work at the library, shelving books, helping old men print tax forms, smiling when children asked for the dinosaur section. Came home, ate standing at the counter, watched her rearrange furniture she'd never asked me about. She listed the house online just to see what it might fetch. Realtor came by twice. I stayed upstairs, door cracked half an inch, listening to her laugh and call the place a gem with so much potential. On the 4th week, the realtor emailed her a draft offer, $412,000 contingent on clear title and quick closing. She printed it out, left it on the kitchen table like a trophy. I waited until Saturday morning. She was in the garden pulling weeds, wearing Dad's old flannel shirt that still smelled faintly of motor oil and cigarettes even after all these years. I walked out with the folder. Mom. She looked up, dirt on her cheek, smiling like we were friends again. I held out the paper. The deed copy. Highlighted line in yellow. Her smile froze halfway. I spoke slowly, the way she used to speak to me when I was small and had done something wrong. Dad put my name on the title in 2014. Joint tenancy, with right of survivorship. You can't sell without both signatures. She stared at the paper like it might bite her. Then at me. You're joking. I shook my head once. She laughed. High, thin sound that cracked at the edges. That's impossible. He would have told me. He didn't tell me either. Until I looked. Her face changed then. Not anger yet. Something colder. Calculation. So what? You think you can just block the sale? After everything I've done for you? I felt the old reflex rise, apologize, smooth it over, make peace so the house wouldn't feel like a war zone. I swallowed it. I'm not blocking anything, I said. I'm asking you one question. She crossed her arms.
What?
Do you want to keep living here? Silence stretched. A car passed on the street. Somewhere a dog barked twice, sharp and impatient. She finally spoke, voice low. You'd throw your own mother out? No, I said. But I won't let you throw me out either. Not again. I turned and walked back inside. That afternoon she called the realtor and canceled the listing. Said she'd changed her mind. The agent sounded confused on speakerphone, asked if everything was okay. Mom hung up fast, like the phone had burned her. For the next month things were quiet.
Too quiet.
She stopped asking me to run errands. Stopped leaving notes on the fridge. Stopped humming while she cooked. The house felt like it was holding its breath. I started looking at apartments. Just in case. Saved screenshots of one-bedrooms downtown. Rent I could just about afford if I cut back on coffee and books. Then one evening in December she knocked on my door.
Soft.
Hesitant. I opened it. She held an envelope. Plain white. No address. I've been thinking, she said, about the house. I waited. I want you to have it. I blinked. She pushed the envelope toward me. Quitclaim deed. I'll sign it over. Full title.
To you.
I didn't take it right away. Why now? She looked past me, at the wall where Dad's old photo still hung, the one from their anniversary cruise, both of them sunburned and laughing. Because if I don't, you'll leave. And I'll be here alone with the quiet I asked for. Her voice cracked on the last word. First time I'd heard it crack in years. I took the envelope.
Didn't open it yet.
She started to turn away. Mom. She stopped and I said the thing I'd been carrying since October. I never wanted the house more than I wanted you to want me here. She didn't answer. Just stood there, back to me, shoulders small under the cardigan. Then she walked downstairs. I signed nothing that night. The next morning the envelope was still on my desk, unopened. I carried it to the kitchen. She was at the table drinking tea, staring into the cup like it held answers. I set it down between us. I'm not taking it, I said. Her eyes flicked up.
Surprised.
Maybe hurt. But I'll stay, I told her. But only if we both own it. Equal shares. No more surprises. No more allowed. No more pretending I'm temporary. She stared at me a long time. The clock on the wall ticked. Steam rose from her tea in lazy spirals. Then she nodded.
Once. Small.
Okay. We sat there until the tea went cold and the morning light turned the kitchen gold. Weeks passed. We didn't talk about it much. She started asking if I wanted eggs again. I said yes sometimes. She left a note on the fridge once. Pick up milk. I did. One Sunday in January, I came home from the library and found her in the living room sorting old photos. She held up one of me at 16, braces, awkward smile, standing next to Dad in the driveway. You looked so happy here, she said. I sat on the couch. I was. She set the photo down. I don't know how to fix what I broke. I didn't have an easy answer. Maybe you don't fix it. Maybe we just live with it. And don't make it worse. She looked at me then, really looked. Not through me, not past me. At me. I'm scared, she said. Quiet. Like admitting it might shatter something. Me too, I answered. We didn't hug. Not yet. But she reached over and squeezed my hand once. Brief. Firm. Later that week, we went to the title company together. Sat across from a woman named Carla who smelled like vanilla hand lotion. We signed the new joint deed. Equal shares. No right of survivorship this time, just two names side by side. When we walked out into the cold air, Mom paused on the sidewalk. Thank you, she said. For what? For not leaving. I looked at the house across the street. Our house now, really ours. I almost did, I told her.
She nodded.
I know. We started walking back. Snow started falling, small, lazy flakes that melted before they hit the ground. I still hear that screen door snap in my head sometimes. But now it sounds different. Not like a trap closing. More like a window someone finally decided to leave open, just wide enough for both of us to breathe. If this story hit you in the chest, if you've ever felt like you were too much, too loud, too temporary in your own home, I see you. And I hope this one reminded you that sometimes the quietest people hold the strongest cards. If it landed for you, thumbs up, smash that like button. It really helps the channel reach more people who need these stories. Speech balloon, drop a comment and tell me, would you have signed the quitclaim or fought for equal shares like she did? Be honest, I read every single one. Share this with someone who's ever felt erased from their own family. You never know who needs to hear it right now. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next time someone finally reclaims what was always theirs. We're pushing toward 45K subscribers. Help me get there so I can keep bringing you these long, real-feeling family revenge stories every week. Thank you for being here. Seriously, you're the reason I keep telling them. See you in the next one.